Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mo had a disaster in Spain. Around the circuit near Barcelona, Catalonia. Can he do much better around the Cathedral? The classic TT circuit Assen in the Netherlands. As here goes Mayo then for his 3 laps in qualifying as he tries to usurp Martin at the top. He's 141.1. He's trying to bounce back from his first catastrophe this season. Had a tough time at the morning in France. First this season, but he's still got on the podium. Last time out, no points on the board. First donut of the year. Hopefully the last one for Mario. As Assen has not been too bad to him in the past. But it's a total so last season, he's half a second down on Martin off the first sector where we had to fight for all his worth on that Avintia. It did come to him in the second half of the season. This year came to him immediately as he gained back a 10th on board this Leopard, and now he's trying to keep the momentum up. Let's see if he can regain it. He goes over all of these curves. You can see it's been a bit wet in Assen. So come right at the end of this session, it should really speed up. That 41.1 might be thrashed by the end of this session. As we only got 7 minutes remaining. There's Mayo. Not sure this is the greatest lap. He's 7 tenths down. But he's often like that on his first lap. He was like that in Spain last time out. He really did fight to get towards the top. He outbraked himself into the chicane at the end. And that cost him maybe a second. They got 2.2 down a 43.4. Absolutely abysmal that time for Mario. You go for the first set of the NC. You have to be so aggressive, get on the power so early, use all of the curbing around it. And then slowly feed in that power to go through the double left. Then hard on the powers. There's Martin thrashing his own time, 40.3. Mario probably a second down. Oh, that first set, that was not as good as first time round. This is what we're finding. A little update. So our opponents are much harder. First of all, the bike seems to be harder to ride as well. But it says in the notes that only our opponents were affected, so I don't understand how the bike was so tough to ride. And the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia last time for Mario, when really it should have just been his opponents being tougher, and you definitely saw that. Had a fantastic battle for half the race. Now they were dive bombing like a hell as well into every corner, which required braking. It was absolutely crazy. Mayo, 1.1 down for Martin. As we go through the left hand and now into the final corner. Can he now is braking? That was much better. Look at a nice and smooth exit as well. It's a 41.9. It's top 10. But he needs to be in the 40s. Where's he going to gain a second? Well, he was poor in this first sector. He lost half a second at least. So Mayo's had his bike checked over. And now he's got one final lap for glory. Unfortunately, he's got a rider right behind him as well, as he's just outside the top 10. Gets on the power hard though. Remember, he's trying to make up at least half a second in his first sector. Hopefully that opponent behind's not distracting as well. You can see he's all over Mario's tail at the moment. I believe it's Sasaki. But he's gained a few tenths, not as much as he would like though in that first sector. But it seems like straight line speed again from this Leopard has managed to make it pull away from his opponent behind, and that's nicely into that corner. Gained a 10th and nicely over the curves for Mario. Really revving up. It's a bit wide in the left though. Managed to pick up the power nice and early though. And again a bit wide in the first right. And into the second as well. You can see it just leads on. If you get wide in that first right, it leads on to the second. And that was not a good sector from Mayo. That was poor. And it shows in the lap time. So as the flag has come out. Once he's crossed the line, it's all over. You can see very aggressive in the final corner, using all the curb. I think he improved, but still, that was a poor qualifying from Mario. So it's Martin on pole ahead of Bastianini and Canet. Bastianini's really had a boost in that last time. They look at him, he's on the front row again, alongside Di Giannantonio, Della Porta and Bezzecchi, all Italian, second row. Then Antonelli ahead of Suzuki and Rodrigo. And rounding out the top 10, it is Mario leading that fourth row. He did improve on that final lap, but still, it's just the 10th. As he had Amino and Kornfeld. Then we got McPhee, Arenas and Yurchenko on the fifth row. Nicely done for the Kazakhstan rider. Then Nuruddin, Foggia and Arbolono. Then Meza. Otto rounds out the top 20, the German ahead of Ramirez. Then Sasaki, Binder and Tuba. Very poor for the Japanese riders. Alonso Lopez down in 25th on his Estrella Galizia machine. Ahead of Bulliger and Masaki. On the back row, it's the Thai rider and Livio Loy, Mayo's ex-teammate. Well, let's see if it's a fantastic race for Mayo once again. Can he leap from the top 10 onto the podium? As here's Mayo right up at the start, waiting for the lights to go out as you get underway for 7 laps. And once again, a shocking start for Mayo. You've got the Yurchenko looking down his inside, approaching the first corner. He's managed to get down the inside. Oh, Yurchenko down. Kazakhstan rider after a promising start. Not great to see that. As Mario's battling for the top 9. Oh, he's got through, has he? No, what is going on into the left hand? And look how stupid that is. And aggressive they are in his opening lap. But he's back into the top 10. Got the slipstream of Mino. And now you can maybe get some slipstream from the top 8 in front as well. As they're battling Rodrigo and Antonelli, it looks like. Oh man, you've got a superb run down the inside of the Argentine rider. Almost down the inside of his teammate Della Porta as well for 5th. Or for 6th, should I say. Got Bezzecchi in 5th in front. Then you've got Bastianini, Canet, and the 2 Grazzini riders in the top 4. And here comes Della Porta back down the inside of Mario. Well, Mario flat out for the next right-hander, takes it back, and now he's got the slipstream on Bezzecchi. Approaching these very fast corners, could he make the move for 5th? Down the inside through the left. Barely any room, but Mario finds it and takes the top 5 position. It's a bit crazy in front. Let's go for the final chicane. Got Antonelli ahead of Della Porta. As we go on to the second lap, half a second behind Di Giannantonio. We go for the first corner. It's Martin leading just ahead of Bastianini, Canet and Di Giannantonio. Look how claustrophobic it is in the top 4. As now Mario battles with Bezzecchi. Oh, and Bezzecchi into Mario. What the hell happened to his bike? What the hell? So on this second lap, Bezzecchi's just been... He's out of here. I don't know where his bike has landed, which planet. As you've got Antonelli and Rodrigo then. Behind, we've got Mario pushing like a hell. Oh, whoa! Who was that off? Was that Di Giannantonio? Or was it Martin? As you see just one Grazzini in front. No! It was Bastianini. One Leopard takes a rider out. So Universe strikes back immediately with karma. on poor Enea Bastianini, the winner last time out in Spain. He won't be winning this time out. You've got Otto and Corp. It's just madness everywhere. Got Anthony 2.5 back. We've got McDonald on the back of this crazy top three. But the teammates are doing battle for the lead as we approach the end of the second lap. Got Rodrigo ahead of Del Porte over 6. We've got Martin centre fast lap. No, it's McDonald with a 40.2. As he outbrakes himself into the first corner. Managed to rejoin the track at speed. Lucky to get away with that, McDonald. He goes through that first right, hooking up all of that curb. Helps him to turn that bike, remember. And out the left-hander, hard on the power. Behind this top three. After being nowhere in Spain, McDonald could actually win this in the Netherlands. As he's got an almost 2-second gap behind the remainder of the top 5. Gabriel Rodrigo. And all very wide into the grass, into the gravel. Somehow he's still upright, Mario. I have no idea how he is. I have no idea how there's only been 2 rides who've had their bikes disappear into space. You've still got the Grassini twins. That's all. There we go. Using sort of that inside curb again to turn the bike. It's Mario. Really helped out there. Once again, flat out through the next right. As you got Canet in third, battling the Empire. Mario trying to come along to help him. As you go through the left-hander. Once again, you could put a blanket over the top 4. That's all Mario, a bit wide, a bit sloppy in that final chicane. As Anthony ahead of Della Porta. Got Canet 6/10 in front, 41. And he is over a 2-second gap behind to those riders. They're on this 4th lap. Oh man, he gets a warning for going wide this time. As Della Porta up to 5th, trying to make it a double there, par top 5 in the absence of Bastianini. Go out of the hairpin. With Mino ahead of Fog. I can't keep up on the right hand side. There are moves happening all over the place. I hope you're seeing that in the replays either side. There's got almost a second gap in front now for Mario. As we approach the halfway mark of this race. He's threatening to drop out of that fight for the win. Again, gains in that sector, but he's only gained a couple of tenths. As Martin leads, head of Canet and DJ Antonio. Reigning champ finally come into play this season. So once again through that fast right, over halfway through this race. Again, McDonald very quick in those middle 2 sectors. That first sector not as good though. He's just 6/10 behind now. And he's not good in this final chicane. Doesn't help when he runs wide like that. Having to get it all the way down to first just to make the chicane. Then the curve's pushing wide. It's enough 41.1. He's 8/10 behind Canet. He's 3 seconds ahead. Della Porta, his teammate. So there we go. That's how you meant to do the first corner. Only took till like the 5th lap to show it off. He goes a bit wide in that first right. The rear instability, not as much of an issue as Bastianini's already back into the top 10 from Mars. Not as bad as it was around the circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. And look, he's up to 7 ahead of Della Porta now. Bastianini on an absolute tear behind. There's the second gap, exactly 3 seconds behind is that battle for 5th. Mario once again very quick. In this couple of sectors, they're very aggressive through the right. You can see Martin getting away in the lead. He tries to catch up to Canet and DJ Antonio just battling like hell. And look at Bastianini into the top 5 ahead of Rodrigo. As we go through It's fast right hand. Oh, Mario almost losing it as the tyre's getting worn now. Towards the end of the race, just about flat out now with a right hander, but he's 3 tenths behind. He's gained good time this lap so far. Can he get this final sector right? Isn't this like it's Martin's race? But who's going to finish second? Is it going to be Canet, Di Giannantonio, or McDonald, who once again with 41.1? He's just 8 tenths behind. He loses half a second in that final sector. So on to the penultimate lap of the race. And he loses a couple of tenths in this first sector as well. But then he gains half a second in those middle 2 sectors as all almost getting unseated there, Mario. You get out of the hairpin. This could be a safe 4th for him. This is still good championship points, especially after last time out. And look again, he's lost a couple of tenths that first set. And look at Bashir, 2.8 behind. He's closing the gap to the top 4. Fortunately, it's too late for his race. Well, once again, he's maybe the quickest rider this race. Fortunately, won't be getting the points in. Bezzecchi from Jupiter back into the points. And he's battling with his fellow Italian, Foggia. We've got Anthony ahead of Della Porta. And there you go, Mario short sifting slightly, so kind of take away that disadvantage he gets for that right-hander, but it keeps the bike a bit more stable, keeps him upright. And you see he's only gained a couple of tenths back this lap. There you go through the left-hander. And approaching the final lap of this race. We go for the final chicane. And another 41.1. He can't be more consistent than Mario is at the moment. Unfortunately, he's consistently slower than the top 3. 41.1s or 41s the last 3-4 laps. Since that 40 points to the game back onto the top 3. He rejoins in 5th. In 5th ahead of Rodrigo. He only loses 1 position thanks to that mistake. As he ahead of McPhee having a superb race to Scott. He fancies a go at Mario. As he go through the left-hander, that's where he's a bit quicker. On this final lap, that's a bit messy for Mario. Just got on the power and some reason the rear just not planted now with the tyres worn. You go through the left. Got to watch out into this right. Got to hook up that apex. And keep it nice and tight. So he keeps those riders behind. Keeps it slightly left with the right. He thought that would keep the rear stable. It didn't. Once again, tyre wear in the final lap. For Mario, compared to everyone else, that's nice to see. As he go through the left-hander, approaching the final chicane. And for Mario, and this like he's going to be 5th, just ahead of McPhee, but that was a good battle at the end. It's not McPhee, it's Rodrigo. Behind him, and you also saw Antonelli as well, but that's the top 5, that's championship points. So Martin wins by 1.6 seconds. Sure was comfortable for him on those last couple of laps. Ahead of, they've always battling Di Giannantonio and Canet. In the end, the Italian wins that battle for second and make it Grassini 1-2, with Bashir ahead of his teammate McDonald, who make it a Leopard 4-5. As McDonald actually did the fast out of the race for that 40.2. And then we've got Rodrigo just in 6th, just ahead of McPhee. Antonelli, Suzuki right behind his teammate, and Della Porta rounding out the top 10, making it all 3 Leopards in the top 10. Not bad for the team, with Ottel in 11th. In a bit of a gap to Bezzecchi, who's a second ahead of Arenas. Mino and Kornfeld grabbing the final point, but just 12 thousandths of a second ahead of Fogger. And you got Arbolono, Binder, Sasaki. You got loads of packs and groups together with Ramirez in Trentiv leading his fellow countryman Meza. You got Nuruddin down in 22nd, Berger 23rd, Alonso Lopez in 24th, Yurchenko at the back after that super start for the Kazakhstan rider. So in the championship, Martin's up to second and just 17 points behind McDonald despite a top 5 finish for the Leopard rider. The chasing pack are closing with Canetti in third, Di Gianantonio in fourth, all less than a race win behind the San Marino rider. Then we've got Bezzecchi in fifth, just ahead of Bastianini and Antonelli. Then you've got Mino, Della Porta and Otto around out the top 10. Then Rodrigo Suzuki up to 12th. And you've got Arenas up to 21st ahead of Fogger and Yevchenko's 23 riders score points so far this season. And then looking at the breakdown, finish before your teammates didn't happen to McDonald, but he did get the objective. He did get the race objective as well. And he's up to level 68 for lean angle, 66 for everything else. So you look at the breakdown, got some sort of reputation and development points for their team. As in MotoGP, as Marquez ahead of Dovi and Rossi. In Moto2, Olivier are ahead of Alex Marquez and Begdaiva. In the Rookies Cup, look at the Czech rider ahead of the Turkish twins. So got lots of bike development points. Let's see where Mayo's going to put them in. Will it be the engine, the brakes, the suspension, the frame, or the aerodynamics? Well, he definitely needs to improve the stability when it accelerates, especially with the tyre wear on those last couple of laps. Really did struggle, Mayo. So brakes maybe helping with them locking up. We'll increase the braking power as well. Shall we go with the locking up? And shall we go with the braking power as well? So you go improving the brakes majorly for next time out round the Saxon where the brakes will be very vital around that anti-clockwise German circuit. As next time out, will Mayo find the podium once again as his championship lead is obliterating towards the halfway mark of this season. As next time we head to Germany, we'll find out then. So watching, we'll find out next time.